Hi everyone, in this tutorial we are going to see how we can use DI inside a web API project. So I have created a project with MVC and API controller in it. So as you can see, this is our API controller, which is inherited by the API controller, and we have home control, which is inherited by the controller. So in order to add a DI, first we need to add a NuGet package. So in order to add a Unity DI, which is provided by the Microsoft, we need to add it from NuGet package. So let's just click on the manage NuGet package and search for Unity. So when we get it, so after you search for it, we need to install package called unity.asp.net.web API, because we need to inject in web API controllers. So we need to install it in first here, and then we can see how we can add it in another layer. So for now I will just click on this and click on install. So after a couple of minutes it shows this, and we just need to click on OK, and it will start installing it. And if you can see, it will also show it inside the reference as well. Unity. So this is the thing which we are looking for, and let's see whether it added any file inside app.start as well. So yes, there is a file in it. So this will be used for adding the dependency for our classes and interfaces. So whenever you try to add any DI kind of thing, I will recommend that you need to first check it inside this project, and then we will test it inside another project, like for example business layer, so that we can be sure that it's working fine. So let's just create classes and interfaces inside the model. So I have created two files. One is class, which is a test model, and inside that I have defined a function and an interface which is calling that. So basically I'm implementing this interface inside this class. So what we want to do is we want to add a dependency for this interface with this class, so that we can just use interface and DI will provide the object according to the classes we have defined. So in order to add dependencies, we need to go to Unity config, and inside that we have register types function. So as you can see, it's they are also telling that you need to define it like that. So let's just use their template or line and add it with our own classes. So I have used iTest model. So I will just use iTest model, and so first will be the interface, which should be mapped with the class, and because it's in a different namespace, so I need to use this. So now first step is completed. Now second step is to call it inside a controller. So now we need to go to the controller in which we want to use our DI. So please remember that we have used DI for web API, so we need to add this only on the web API type controllers. And let's just create a constructor for that. And before that constructor, we will be using this variable as a private and read only, so that it can be initialized at the runtime. And we will have iTest model, and let's just add a namespace to it, and I follow this convention like this, and let's just replace IT with just test model, and inside that we can use it again. Now I will use like this, and then from the constructor we will get the object. So we will be just assign it to our read only field, and let's just try to call it inside our get function equal to, and we can just use test model dot add function. So as you can see, the main benefit of using DI is we are not creating any new function, so we are not creating any object for this test model, we are just using the interfaces. So what DI will do is when the whole application initializes, it will come to this, and then it will create a reference point for this class with this interfaces. So whenever any constructor calls, it will look for those references, and according to our configuration, what it will do, it will just create a new object of that type dynamically and assign it to this variable. So we don't have to use new inside the constructor. So in order to test it, we need to run it. So let's just click on the debug button. So our API controller works like API / value, which is our name, and let's just check it again whether we have added a breakpoint or not. We have a breakpoint, so let's just click enter, and as you can see, it's get resolved automatically, and we should get a 0 value inside this. So we can also get inside it, and you can see it's getting resolved. If you have any problem with the DI, it will start to throw error that constructor, we don't have any parameterless constructor inside it. So it's working fine for us. So that's how you can add DI in your web API project. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.